Welcome to Coffee Talk with Liquidshano 1973. And now here's your host of this podcast, me, Shane Lakita. Okay, guys, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day that you're listening to this podcast, because that's what makes podcasting so special, is you can listen to it at any given time that you feel the need to. If you put on your headphones, or you're out for a walk, or you're listening to before you go to bed, or you're just about to head out to work, or you're in the middle of a workout, whatever it is, you're listening to me talking to this microphone right now, and it's pretty special, and I'm appreciative of each and every one of you for doing so. So it's the beginning of December. As we all know, new goals, new focus, new mindset, new everything that we have going on with the new month. And we're heading into Christmas time frame. We're heading into the holidays, whether you celebrate Hanukkah, celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever it is, we're heading right into the holiday seasons, right? And we're here to be able to kind of get through each one of these moments, enjoying each one of them to the fullest, enjoying time with our family, our friends, everybody else that we have around us, but also to be thankful for the things that we have and be appreciative of the things that we have, but also stay on track for all the things that we're trying to accomplish. A lot of times during the holidays, as we all know, we all can slip down those slippery slopes of eating some really bad foods, getting involved with sweet potato pies, pumpkin pies, whipped creams, chocolate syrups, caramels, all kinds of good stuff, right? And that's what happens during the holidays. We all get together and we just kind of let it fly sometimes. And then after the holidays happen, we're always like, oh, we're going to make it happen. We're going to make do. It's a new year. We're going to do whatever. Well, start now. This is December. Here we are. We're getting started. It's the 4th or 5th of December. I can't remember exactly what the date is. Yeah, today's the 4th. Thanks. So it's the 4th of December. And here we are just kicking the month off and we're getting started. And we got to be able to plan for when we're going to be able to hit those really big eating times. We all know when they are. We all get together as families. We do whatever. And we just passed one just a little bit ago. Thanksgiving just passed us. So whether you celebrate Thanksgiving with turkey, ham, whatever it is, you all know, and I know, that it's a big eating day. It's what we do. We cook some comfort foods. It's in the fall time. We want to be able to enjoy time with the family, take some naps, maybe have a couple adult beverages, watch some football. It's just a really good time to be able to spend some really good quality time with your family and friends, right? So here we are. We're all getting through the Thanksgiving time frame, but I knew on the 27th or so, which is like the day before, I sent a message out to everybody on social media. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these different media outlets that I put it out on, and I asked for some favors. And I said, hey guys, listen, I know that this is a really important time of year where we're spending time with family and friends, and we're doing a lot of things that we want to do. We're enjoying the moment. And a lot of times you might sit around the table if you're eating your dinner with your family and you're sitting around and you might thank whatever to be able to appreciate the things around you. So what am I most thankful for? Thank goodness for family. Thank goodness for my health. Thank goodness for all those things. So what I did is I did a very similar aspect of it, or a similar thing that I did was I asked all of you, all of the listeners and viewers of this podcast and of No Finish Line Nation, to chime in and tell me some things that you're most thankful for. Now, I thought I might get around 10, 15 comments or whatever, and I might be able to, sprinkle a couple in here. But I got to tell you, this whole podcast is going to be based on all the things that people are most thankful for. So there's little stories in each one of these things that I'm going to read to you guys. I'm going to be able to go through each and every one of these. And if you're one of the people that I call out, or one of the people that I am reading back to everybody, be proud. Be proud that you made an impact. Be proud of the fact that you put it out there into the universe of things that you're most thankful for, even if it's during a tougher time, because some people suffer during the holidays. Some people suffer during Thanksgiving. Maybe they lost loved ones, or maybe they suffer from depression and they can't really get their head wrapped around spending time with family, or whatever it is. There's many different aspects and many different people that are out there, that the holidays aren't always the greatest thing. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to create a space of thankfulness and a space of safety that people can come to talk about all the things that they're most thankful for. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, that's what this podcast is. So I want you to sit back and I just want you to listen. I want you to let it shower over you. I want you to think to yourself, what am I most thankful for? Even we don't have to do it just on Thanksgiving either. We could do it at any given time. As a matter of fact, if you're thankful for certain individuals in your life, or you're thankful for people that are involved with you, what better time to pick up the phone, pick up the horn, give them a call, and tell them exactly how you're feeling. Hey, buddy, I'm thankful for you to be my best friend. You're a guy that listens to everything I have to say. You put up with my nonsense sometimes. I'm really appreciative and I'm thankful for you. Or, hey, hun, you're my best friend. You're the best friend that I have in the whole entire world. You listen to all the things that I do. You put up with my nonsense. You're amazing. You're my better half or whatever. Whatever it is, pick up the phone or write it on a piece of paper, write a letter, do something to be able to give back to those folks that you're most thankful for. Because sometimes it really matters when you can hear what kind of impact that you've made on people's lives. So let's go through a couple of these, okay? I'm going to go through some of the ones that I got off of the Facebook page, and then I'm going to flip over to Instagram, which is the other. I posted on both of those, and I got some really good feedback from some of these. All right, so let's go through the first one that I got right here. I got this first one from Dawn Noon Forsyth, okay? She's also the call sign of SC Camo Girl, so South Carolina Camo Girl. She's most thankful for her family. They support her when she's at her weakest, and they let her grow when she's at her strongest. She wished me a happy Thanksgiving, and thanked me for all that I do. So, Dawn, family's so important, isn't it? I mean, I know that that's something that I reflect on all the time, on how blessed I am to have a wife that supports me, a son that loves me and appreciates me, and a house that we live in. And I'm just so supportive of those members of my family, but also my all surrounding families. You know, my stepmother, my mother, my sister, my brother-in-law, all my family members that are always supportive of me, that have always held me up and be able to give me something to be able to work for and be able to shoot for. So, Dawn, thanks for sharing that about your family. It's really important to be able to continue to do that. And if family is part of your what I'm most thankful for, just like I opened with, pick up the phone, pick up the horn, give them a call, let them know. Hey, Mom, this is how I think of you. Hey, Dad, this is what I'm thinking. Hey, Gramps, you know what? Listen, this is what you did for me all my life, and I'm really appreciative of it. And like I said, don't wait till Thanksgiving to be the only day to do it. Do it all the time. Let people know. Pay it forward. Let them know what you're thinking of them and what you're most thankful of them for, okay? Next one I got here is from a Tanya Merwin. Tanya, how you doing? I know I met you out in Scottsdale. It was a pleasure of mine to meet you out there. So she's most thankful for my persistence in life. It wasn't always the case, and I've come a long way. Never, ever give up on ourselves. You know, that's interesting. Because here we are thinking to ourselves, we're on this journey of weight loss, we're on this journey of health, we're on this journey of well-being, we're on this journey of just trying to be the best version of ourselves. And being persistent is something that a lot of people lack in, but gain throughout the whole entire journey sometimes because they want to fight for the big fight. They want to fight for the cause of living for a bigger reason, right? And persistence is something that I don't necessarily know if it's something that's learned, because I think we all have it in us to be able to be persistent towards getting the things that we want to get to. It's whether we can overcome the hurdles to get there, right? So Tanya, I appreciate you sharing that with me. I love that word, my persistence in life. That's really great. All right, so Vicky goes through a little bit more of her personal struggle, but of course the question was, what am I most thankful for? So here's what she said. Vicki Robinson, it's been a really rough year. Some days I'm just thankful to make it through the day, thankful to be able to learn and the strength to put it into practice. Okay, so here's a huge thing. If it's a rough year and you're going through a lot, and we all go through it, we go through our ups and downs, we go through our battles, we go through all this different stuff that we're battling through, and we fight the good fight every single day. And the key to it is, can you learn from what you're fighting? Right? So she's listed right in there. She's thankful to be able to learn and the strength to put it into practice. See, that's the key as we go through all these things. I know I've talked about it 1,000 times on the podcast. Take notes of the things that you're going through. If you're going through something that you know is pretty major and you're struggling to get through it and you're battling through it and you're doing all the things that you have to do, take notes on what you're learning, how you're feeling, what your thought process looks like, how you are battling through it. Take those notes, write them down. Think to yourself, what am I doing to be able to be successful in the situation? If you're not learning from the situation that you're in, then what are we doing here, right? So if you're learning from something, then future situations, when you're going through the things that you go through, you can use those in future situations. You can be successful moving forward just based on what you learned from the past. So thank you so much, Vicki, for sharing that with us, to be able to show, to be able to learn and the strength to put it into practice. That's really great reflection. Sandra Ann, who I also met in Boston when she came out, she was sharing a little bit of what she thought about Coffee Talk and the podcast itself and the impact that I've had, and it was a really emotional moment, and we both got a good tear when we did it. So Sandra Ann says, I'm thankful for change. Good or bad, it's necessary for growth. I've done a lot of personal growth this year. Okay, so change. Guys, is change good? Do you think that change is necessary for us to grow? Do you think change is necessary for us to evolve? Do you think change is necessary for us to be the best version of ourselves? I certainly do. So Sandra Ann, she puts it perfectly here. She literally says, good or bad, it's necessary for growth. I could not agree with you more, Sandra. It's so true. People are resistant to change, though, aren't they? Most people are like, I don't like change. I like normalcy. I like consistency. I like things that I know that are in control, and I don't like the uncontrollable things, and I don't like the things that throw curveballs at me. I don't like to be in a situation where I don't feel like I know what's happening. But change is good, guys. Change is needed. What's the reason that you think that every 4 years we have an election for a new president, or you only have 2 terms and then you're ousted? You have to be able to get into a new president because change is good. You need a different direction sometimes for the country, for the people, everything. In life in general, you need change. I love it. Thanks for sharing that, Sandra. Okay, so let's see. Carl Jackson shares with me. I'm thankful that I only have to worry about eating too much and not worry about where my next meal will come from. When I was younger, I did not make very much money, so I had to make sure I bought only what I needed, and I couldn't overeat because if I did, it meant no more food. Okay, so Carl, this is a really important one to share too, because I also shared this on my post where I shared, I'm thankful for the fact that I have a roof over my head and I have food in our cupboards, even if it's getting scarce, right? Like we're getting a little bit strapped for different paydays and whatever it is. But we have food in our cupboards. We have food on the kitchen table. We're able to cook foods. We're able to do different things that are there with the grace and humility of knowing that I'm so thankful for being able to have that, because there are a lot of people in the world that don't have that ability. They don't have the ability to be able to wake up to a warm meal or a breakfast or a lunch and a dinner and those kind of things, and eat from the 4 food groups and those and don't have to visit shelters to go eat food or visit a shelter just to eat a Thanksgiving meal. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Carl. That's really important. I think it's important to also celebrate in all the things that we have. Love it. Denise Booley says, I'm thankful for my health. I work in a hospital, and I see firsthand the struggles that those with illness go through. This is especially meaningful because I haven't always taken good care of myself and have been blessed anyway. Wow, that's pretty powerful. Denise, listen, it's so true. When you work in healthcare, you see people that haven't really taken care of themselves. They come into the hospital, they come in the emergency rooms, they're ill, they have chronic diseases based on the fact that they haven't been healthy, they haven't made the best choices. So the blessing here for you is I love it. You said, I'm thankful for the fact that maybe I haven't taken care of myself as much as I have wanted to or should have, but you're thankful for your help in the meantime anyway, because you're blessed with the fact of what you have after seeing all those folks that aren't necessarily in the same boat as you. So that's a really important reflection. Even if we think we're unhealthy, be thankful for the health that we do have, because we are able to keep moving forward. And we're able to put one foot in front of the other, and we're continuing to be able to try to better ourselves, even if it's a struggle and even if we have bumps in the road. So thanks for sharing that, Denise. All right, one of my faves here, and Melanie Valleco, she says she's thankful for her health that's allowed her to run and the luxury of family and friends. Tribe is everything, and making her Weight Watchers goal. She's a Weight Watcher. So it's one of the things that she shared there. So family and health. You can see that in all of her posts on No Finish Line Nation. If you haven't had a chance, look her up. Melanie and Velleco. She's right on there. She posts every day. She puts out posts of her runs. She puts out posts of her exercises, her motivational things that she's thinking about, her struggles, all those things. So she's definitely one to follow to be able to show, and you can see it in there to see that the luxury of her family and her friends is an important aspect of her life. So thank you for sharing that, Melanie. I really appreciate it. All right. So let's see here. We've got Rebecca Dudenhofer. Not sure if you feel you have to be politically correct or avoid controversial subjects, but I am mostly 100% thankful that God has always watched out for me. has my back, provides for me. It gives me a peace that literally surpasses all understanding. Now, Rebecca, I'm not all that religious of a person. I grew up somewhat religious, and we would go to church on holidays, and we would go to different stuff. But I have faith, and I know different things that I believe in are there, right? But I understand how important it is for a lot of people. If it wasn't for religion, to go way back, it saved my mother's life because my mother was going down a path of a pretty destructive path at one given time. And religion saved her. It pulled her out of the muck and the mire and gave her direction and focus and really put her on the right path for being healthy and wise and all those things. So I get the importance of it, and I feel you on this one. I really do, because there's a lot of people that will agree 1,000% with what you're saying, because it's important. And during the holidays, if faith is something that is important to you, it's something truly that you need to celebrate. You need to be thankful for. You need to express it. You need to be able to tell others that are in like mind of yours, to be able to let them know exactly how you're feeling. So I really appreciate you sharing that, Rebecca, because that's really important. All right, Pam Wiltz says, "Good morning, Mr. Coffee Man. As you all know, this is Coffee Talk, so that's why she calls me that. And she always writes it in all capital letters, which is great. I always feel like she's speaking very loudly. I am thankful for being able to be with all our grandkids and grandbabies and our kids. The first time we've all been together for Thanksgiving. So very blessed to have moved to Ohio." Yep, she recently made I think it was like almost all the way across the country to move to Ohio to be near family. So that's a really good blessing to be able to celebrate in and be thankful for. So Pam, I'm so happy for you to be around family. I'm so happy that you were able to just spend that moment with all the important people in your life and let them know how important they are. It's really, really important to share. So thanks for sharing that. All right, so let's see here. We got Nancy O'Neill. Here's another great one. She lost her job at 55 years old, and she was afraid she was too old to get hired again. Found not one, but 2 jobs, paying more than her old part-time job. So she's thankful for her friends and her family that helped her to improve herself. So, Nancy, that's a pretty big deal, right? That's a big deal to be able to be in a space where when you lose your job and you're 55 years old, you feel like the world is crumbling, doesn't it? You feel like, oh man, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. But you came out on the back end with better jobs, better paying jobs. You feel a sense of I'm moving forward. I'm in a positive space versus where your world could have crumbled all around you based on the fact that you lost your job. I know many people that have been laid off and are gone later in life, and they're just like, man, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do here. But you persevered and you were persistent. Great job. So Nancy, that's something great to be thankful for. So great. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so let's see here. Susan Grooms tells us that she's thankful for the family that she'll be spending with on Thanksgiving. They're my in-laws, and while I have a decent relationship with my family now, it wasn't always the case when I met my husband nearly 20 years ago. My husband's family took me in and told me I'm a part of theirs, and they meant it. Wow, that's a really big one, isn't it? If you think about it, in-laws and family are sometimes tough. As a matter of fact, a lot of times on Thanksgivings, from what I remember, even when I was a kid, when family got together on Thanksgiving, although it was a really great day, a lot of the family fought with each other. They couldn't stand to be around each other, or you would think so anyway, even though they knew it was normal and it's just family and we're all around each other and we're doing the things that we do. But it was so important to still be part of a family. So I love the fact that your husband's family took you in and really accepted you for who you were, much different than what they did 20 years ago, but that's a really good celebration. You know what I would do if I were you, Susan? I would go to them and tell them that. I would tell them, I'm so appreciative and thankful for you guys taking me in and making me feel like part of the family. I think it's really important. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. So now we got Tara Sappington. Now, as many of you know her, she posts a lot of different poems. She puts a lot of different photos on No Finish Line Nation. She's a pillar of the community. She's always involved, always sending out a lot of positive reinforcement. But here's the things that I'm going to share with you that she said she's most thankful for. She says, I am thankful of awakening to the value of health. How each item is my choice. Everything I choose is fuel. To know intuitively, to pause and consider, is this feeding my wellness and health and longevity, or is it contributing or leading to me towards those family diseases I do want to avoid or prevent? To seeing the big picture that my family needs me above ground, healthy, and I can gift them a healthy me through my food and fuel choices. No one is tying or cuffing me in a chair or forcing crap junk food down my throat. To become awake now, it is me. I can choose better fuel, better food to gift my family. Me. Finally, this intuitive eating light bulb switch gift has me not rushing, grabbing, but pausing, more aware, contemplating. Is this food, fast food, processed crap meal really worth it at this moment in time? I'm glad and thankful for being able to do that. So Tara, that's a long one, but it's so true. You're looking at the big picture of where you're at in your journey. You're looking at the big picture of making better choices and decisions based on foods and based on fuels and based on maybe proteins and calories and those kind of things. I think it's really important to share because that is something to be thankful for. We as human beings like to eat the really crappy stuff and we just stuff our faces with it because it's just kind of where we're at in society. But you are thankful for the fact that you have gifted your life to your family to know that it's important that you're around and you're being healthy because of it. So thank you so much for sharing, Tara. That's pretty awesome. So let's see. Teresa Garberson says, I'm so thankful for my husband who takes care of us and puts up with me. I'm also thankful and grateful for Weight Watchers who brought back the green plan. I feel so much better being back on it and feel that 2020 will be my year to reach goal. And last but not least, I'm thankful for my family and friends, near and far. Happy Thanksgiving to all. That's pretty awesome and amazing. Teresa, thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, there is a lot of positive momentum with a lot of people as we're heading into the new year with new plans and new things that we're trying to be able to work on. So really, really, I wish you luck and I wish you good endeavors with the focus that you're going to have in 2020. I feel it's going to be a great year for you. So Kimberly Spanswick shares, honestly, I'm most grateful for my husband. Without him, I would not have my voice. And he stood by my side during one of the hardest years of my life. This year has been extremely hard depression, as I've never known and the loss of friendship that I thought I would have forever. Okay, enough of the heavy stuff. I also incredibly blessed to have some amazing women in my life that love me no matter what, my size or my fitness, and NFLN brought them into my life. It's pretty special. If you haven't seen NFLN or been on NFLN, No Finish Line Nation is something you just punch right into your search bar on Facebook, and it'll take you right to a closed group page. You answer a couple questions. You come on in to a uplifting and motivating group of people, 40,000 plus strong, that will lift you up and hold you accountable and really give you the encouragement that you're looking for. So, Kimberly, I get that whole piece of it. And I'm sorry that you had to go through a really tough time. And I'm so glad you had somebody in your life to be able to help bring you through that and be able to lift you up during those tougher times. So thanks for sharing, even though it was a little bit heavy, like you said. But that's really important to be able to talk about it. All right, so let's see here. Janelle Furich says, the usual, my family, my home, etc. I'm most thankful for. I'm also thankful for the life lessons learned from the crap life hands us some days. The internet, or I wouldn't have the opportunity to get to know the people here on NFLN. So common theme is NFLN has been a pretty consistent growth opportunity for a lot of people. They love it. They love the society. They love the community. They love the people of it. So it is a really important place, and it's a special place. So go check it out if you haven't. But thank you so much, Janelle, for sharing that with us. Donna Telford tells us she's appreciative of the fact that she's taken this journey and lost 70 plus pounds, and I'm better health at 58 than I was all my life. And of course, all my friends and family and all of you for being my rock when I needed one. I am very blessed indeed. So Donna, thank you for sharing that, because I think a community, even though internet might be looked at poorly by a lot of people, you know a lot of people through the internet, and they've helped you get through some of the stuff that you've gotten through. So that's great. Thank you so much for sharing. So Sherry Halder Brazel says, I'm thankful for my ability to move. It's a simple concept, yet there are so many without the ability to do so. I walk to honor their desires to do so. I run to honor their desire to just stand under their own power. I will move because I have the ability to do so, and I wish to keep the ability to continue moving. I am thankful for my ability to move under my own power. Sherry, that's pretty powerful, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of people that don't have a lot of the basic fundamentals and the basic things that we are able to do every single day, and moving is one of those that a lot of people don't have the ability to do so. So I love how you're doing that in honor of them, and you're thankful for the fact that you can. So that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Alice Williams tells us, who is one of the patrons of the show, I'm thankful that I will be getting to spend my day with my daughters and my grandchildren, and that just doesn't happen often enough for me. Oh, that's a really amazing thing, and it's awesome, Alice, because I think a lot of times during Thanksgiving, with the hustle and bustle of everything that's going on, with the holidays kicking in, I'm so glad you got to spend some time with some people that you don't normally get to spend with, or that you don't spend with as often. I hope you soaked it in, and I hope that you were really appreciative and in the moment with them, and letting them know how much you appreciate that, and let them know that you hope that it happens more often. Sherry Gustafson Passwater says, I'm thankful for my health and especially thankful for my new husband. We were both widowed for several years and have found love again. Wow, that's pretty awesome, Sherry. I'm really glad that you have found that, and that's pretty incredible that you guys both were in a similar situation and you found each other. So here's to a great life, the rest of your life together. It's going to be great. I get it. You guys have a really common interest with each other, and I'm really, really happy that you did. Cindy Terry says, I am so thankful for my family, my grown-up kids, my grandsons, one's just born in October, my granddaughter due to arrive in March. They fill my heart. I'm so very thankful for my husband. He was diagnosed with a rare blood disease this past summer, which can be fatal and difficult to manage. It has been a roller coaster ride as we waited on one test result after another. As of right now, his disease is an even rarer type than may never be fatal. It is on a watch and see. No treatment plan right now. He's feeling okay, and we're so thankful. While we don't know what will happen with the disease, we are grateful to be enjoying the holidays together, fairly symptom-free. So, this is a heavy one, but it's life. It's life. Life happens. Life deals us some cards sometimes, so we have to ask ourselves, why? Why is this happening? What's the reason that this has to happen to me? When we don't deserve it, right? We don't. But at the end of the day, you have to embrace the moments, enjoy the moments, and just live each day like it's your last. You really do. Because you never know when that could be taken away, and you never know when you won't have that moment to be able to spend and tell those people how much you love them. So I'm really appreciative of the fact that you share that with us, although it's heavy and deep. Cindy, I really appreciate it, and I really hope that things do take a turn for the better, that the prognosis becomes better, and he has a treatment plan to be able to help him out when they figure things out. So Heather Winstead tells us, I'm thankful for life. I had a dear friend pass away suddenly this week, and it reminds me how precious life really is. Just like we just said, Heather, it's you just never know when that can be gone. So take the moment to share that with the folks that you love. Take a moment to share that with the people that matter to you, that are part of your life, that you just want to let them know how much they mean to you. So it's really important. Denise Harley Girl, who is one of my absolute most favorite people in the whole entire world, says, I am thankful that I took the jump into the health journey pool. It has been the most rewarding thing I ever could have done. Not only did it give me my health back, but my biggest supporter and love of my life helps too. Being able to pay this journey forward to family and friends, and many new friends that are so important to me. The zest for life has always been good, but now it is even greater that I have this health journey to thank for that. Denise, you emanate this post. You literally exude the amount of passion and energy that you have with this whole life journey that you've taken, where health is a priority in your life and helps you to live longer and fuller and richer. So if you have not followed Denise Harley Girl or her husband Raquel Rick, you should. They're both on No Finish Line Nation, so if you're over there, check them out because they post stuff. They're involved. They're always chiming in on people's posts, especially mine and Jonathan Giordano's posts, because we've all become really good friends through the interwebs that we're involved with. So, all right. So Sherry Watson Lehman says, I'm thankful for my husband Mark. We've been married for 35 years, and he is my why and my who, my what, my where, and my how. Yes, being married has taught me about patience and compromise, but it has also taught me about sharing and joy. He is a gift from God, and I'm grateful every day. Well, I think you should make that into a Hallmark card, Sherry, to be honest with you, because that's pretty incredible. I feel the same way about my wife, to be honest with you, because I feel like through all the muck and mire of all the things that we've been through in life, we've been together now for almost 20 years total, and she's my better half, and she's the one that calms me down when I need it, but also picks me up when I need it. So I'm really appreciative, very much like you, and I think we both could write Hallmark cards on that one and probably make $1 million. So thanks, Sherry, for sharing. Let's see here. Cindy McClin says, I am incredibly thankful that the timing was finally right, enabling me to go from being a daily drinker to a non-drinker. I have not had a drop of alcohol since July 1st, 150 days so far. That's alcohol-free so far. That's amazing. For me, this was the single most significant change I could make to pursuing a healthier lifestyle. Losing over 45 pounds along the way has been a sweet bonus. Boy, isn't it amazing on how those two work together with each other? When you quit alcohol, it's a major deterrent or a major factor towards our weight gains and the healthy lifestyles. So congratulations, Cindy. You should be thankful for that. That is amazing. Great job. Let's see. Shelley Carpenter says, I am thankful to have found No Finish Line Nation, a group of people that have great insights into keeping life moving forward. So much inspiration from everyone. I couldn't agree more. I absolutely couldn't agree more, Shelley. That's a pretty amazing place. Darlene Leduc says, I am thankful to all my family. I'm blessed in so many ways. I have a good job, good health, a roof over my head, food to put on the table, great friends. I could go on. And I would let you. You could go on and on. Seriously, Darlene, because it's important. You should be listing these things out and talking about these things, with whether they're with people that you're thankful for or items that you're thankful for, like the roof over your head, like you shared. That's pretty awesome. Pretty amazing. Let's see. Sarah Murphy says, I'm thankful for No Finish Line Nation. Because of that and Little Red Trike, I've lost 12 pounds since last Thanksgiving. Sarah, great job. 12 pounds is nothing to shake a stick at. That's awesome. Great job. And Little Red Trike is pretty inspirational sometimes. That's awesome. Great job. Marlene Hammonds Bowles says, I'm so thankful to be spending this Thanksgiving with both of my daughters and my 3 grandchildren. I'm also thankful to be in good health. Last but not least, I'm thankful for our dog, Lucy. She's a big part of our family. Happy Thanksgiving, Shane, to you and your family. So, Lucy, hats off to you, and I'm glad that she mentioned you, because our pets are pretty important sometimes. As many of you know, I have a dog named Guinness, and he's my best little buddy. That dude is a good friend. Any dogs that we have in our family are like family members. So I totally get that, Marlene. I totally get it. So celebrate in Lucy. That's incredible. Rhonda Medicott says, I'm thankful for all the people in my life. My 86-year-old mom who lives next door to me, my grown children who include me in their lives and make me proud every day, my husband who keeps me laughing, my work family, and my amazing support system. Some I have never even met in person, but who help me every day on my quest to be the best possible version of myself. My life is richer for the people who choose to share it with me. Rhonda, it was a pleasure meeting you out in Scottsdale when I was out there. It was a great time, great weather. Everything was awesome, and you beam that personality. Stay focused on that personality. I love it. And you should tell all those people that make you laugh and the people that support you and everything else, let them know how important they are to you. That's pretty awesome. Laura Smith shares, I think what I'm most thankful for this year is that I have fought hard to find my true self and life and most honest life. I spent too many years pretending to be who I'm not in order to please others. This year, I have found out what I need to be happy and chase after it. I have found that there are people who love me for who I am, not in spite of it. Well, Laura, a lot of us know exactly what you're talking about, especially if you follow you on No Finish Line Nation. So you have been through a lot, and you know what? You found it. And I'm so happy that you have, because it's pretty special. And I could see the smile on your face in your photos and the different posts that you're making. You can see it beaming ear to ear, and that matters. It matters in life, because when you can emit a true smile and really kind of bring that through without even any words, I think it shows the true happiness that you found. So congratulations. I'm so happy for you. All right. So Peggy Seifkin says, I'm thankful for the arms that I have, even though they are heavy and ugly, and I can hug and hold my grandchildren while they sit on my lap, and I either read to them or they read to me. It's so wonderful to snuggle with these beautiful children, or they won't stay very long, so I want all the hugs and kisses I can give and receive. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and all those that struggle with this life sentence of trying to keep the weight off. So it's Peggy, I'm glad you shared that. because it's not always just what I'm thankful for overall. Listen, you're embracing the things that you have. Listen, you may not be happy with where you're at, but you know what? You're who you are, and that's what it is. And if you can get to a point where you might think that they're ugly, or you might think that they're fat, or those kind of things, you're still in a place where you are doing something about it, but you're moving forward in a slow pace, maybe not as fast as what you might want to, but you're still embracing who you are. You're a wonderful grandmother. You're a good family person. And if you want all those hugs and kisses that you can receive on the holiday, I hope you got them all when you were celebrating your turkey day with your family and friends that are there. So I have a whole lot more of these things that people are most thankful for. And it's interesting because I went through a lot of them, and I was digging in to be able to see what they were all about. And we're already coming up on 35 minutes into my recording here. But there's so many more. But I'll just share a couple more, and then we'll close this thing out, because I don't like to go too long on these podcasts because I know it can lose the attention span. So I'm hoping that you're gaining some inspiration from some of these things that people have listed as being what they're most thankful for, because we need to do that more often. Okay? Gail Pelletier, who is my mother, she posts, "I'm thankful for a good husband and two of the most precious gifts God ever gave to me, my children. Sure, I may be biased, but Shane, you and your sister have made me a very proud mom. Ma, we love you very much, and I'm appreciative of the fact that you posted that on there, and you're a good mom, and I know that we live so far away from each other. You live all the way down there in Florida, and I live all the way up here in Maine, but, you know, you can feel the love from coast to coast of wherever we're at, and I really appreciate you and Jack and everything about you." All right, and lastly, we're going to go to Kathleen James. Kathleen says, "Hey, I could make a book out of this, but I will make it short and sweet. I am thankful for No Finish Line Nation, my kids, my family, my coworkers, and all my bowling friends for the love and support I get when my husband of 38 years died last spring. Even though I had to cancel my trip to the celebration in May, I felt the love. Thanks to all. It hasn't been easy, but we are being brave and strong. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody." So, isn't that the depiction of life in general for all of us? We're all going to go through stuff. We all go through ups and downs. We go through traumatic experiences. We go through the highs and lows of everything that we go through, from top to bottom. All of us are going to experience it. And all we have is each other. That's really all we have at the end of the day. Out of anything that we have, you can have all the different materialistic things you want in the world, all the money in the world, all of everything. But if you don't have family and friends and the people around you, or your tribe, or even internet friends to be able to support you, lift you up, encourage you, and build you to where you need to be, go find them. Because if you notice, every single one of these thankful notes that people have left, all are based around the fact that they love the people that are around them. And they even during tumultuous relationships, they still appreciate each and every person around them. So if anything from this podcast that you get, anything at all, it's to go and tell somebody in your life that matters to you that you're thankful for. Exactly that you're thankful for them. Let them know. Tell them as much as you want to. Let them know what kind of impact they've had in your life. Let them know how much they appreciate your encouragement. Let them know all these things that are there, because I think it's so important that we do that for each other, because you never know on the other end of that how much they might need to hear that. Because maybe they're going through something. Maybe they're in a really difficult time and they're not telling anybody about it. And your comments and your compliments and the way that you handle yourself matters to them, and it lifts their spirits and they're ready to go. So that's the podcast for today, guys. There was a lot more that I could have gone into, but I'm not going to. If you want to check out the post, take a look at, if you look on No Finish Line Nation and on Instagram, you'll be able to see, it's like an image that I put on there, and it basically says, "I need your help." It's one of the Coffee Talk series posts that I've done. I need your help on there, and it basically asks you guys to be able to list out the things you're most thankful for. These are just some of the ones that I picked out because I felt like it would really flow really well with the podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm most thankful for the fact that I have the ability to be able to talk on a microphone with all of you, spend some time with each other, and encourage each other to be the best version of ourselves at all. I mean, I think that's pretty amazing that we're able to do that and we're able to encourage each other. I hope that you do it for somebody else today, tomorrow, and the next day to be able to encourage them. And I'm appreciative of each and every one of you. You have no idea how much it means to me that you guys listen to the podcast, you download the podcast, you leave feedback on the podcast. Some of you are patrons of the show. All those things just warms my heart up and fills me up with a lot of joy, and it just gives me the motivation and the inspiration to keep on moving forward, okay? We'll talk soon, guys. I'm going to probably record another one in the next couple days because this was a special Thanksgiving type of I'm thankful for podcast, but we'll be talking soon, okay? Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to Coffee Talk with Liquidshano 1973 podcast. You can also find us on all other social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook just by looking up Liquidshano 1973. If you get a chance, hop on over to iTunes, scroll all the way to the bottom, and leave some feedback about our podcast because we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening.